wanted to talk about something.
Oh, Lord.
Today that's related to dating.
Okay, I love talking about dating.
Yes. And I wanted to know if you think that it's ever okay to be snooping on your partner.
Only if you know you're about to break up with them.
That's a good answer.
Truly how I feel. Like, if you're
answer.
snooping, like, this is your end-all be-all person and you're snooping, honey, the relationship is long gone. Oh, yeah? Is that what I thought it was?
It was. I don't know where it came from.
I love that. You know I love my dirty jokes.
Right.
The dirtier, the better.
Yeah.
The way I think of it.
Uh-huh.
Just when you think you've hit the spot of no return, you go a little further.
Yeah.
When it comes to a dirty joke, and I love that.
You hit the right spot for you.
You hit the right spot. I think for everybody. Why just for me? Everybody should want this. You know, life is more fun when you're dirty. Sexually.
Sexually.
With people.
dirty.
Consensually.
Yes.
I have to make that clear, you know?
Facts. Right. Because sometimes people just be dirty too. And, like, that's not cool.
Like when white people weren't, like, washing their legs.
Yes. Yes. I feel like.
I will never let people live that down.
No, never. I feel like I actually saw that come back on Twitter again
I saw it
recently.
too.
Somebody was like, why is it that every time I pop back up on Twitter,
You
I
think
see
it's
people...
you think it's someone being like, let's see if times have changed.
Right.
Do y'all remember when? Like it's the person that doesn't wash their legs and they just want to see, they want to read the room.
Right.
See if people have changed. No, we still wash our whole bodies.
Yes.
And you should too.
Yes. The whole thing. Scrub down there, your feet too. You
For
know what
real.
I mean? Everywhere.
Just do the damn motherfucking thing.
You know,
The works.
Right.
As I-
Wash it all. You know what I mean?
No upper body, no lower body. This isn't the gym. We need to wash the whole body.
Yes. Every part. And I feel like it's so silly. Like, you think this would be common sense. Wash your whole body. But there's so many things in this world that we think are common sense and are not actually commonsensical.
It comes.
You know what I mean?
Commonsensical. Yes. Sorry if we're delirious.
Right.
This is the latest we filmed a podcast in a while.
Yes.
And like, I just feel like it goes back to the whole selfish thing. Like, people to me don't think about other people enough. Let's say you want to be a dirty ass hoe, like a dirty ass dude. What's a more derogatory term for a man? I don't want to just be like hoes and dudes.
Yeah.
Hoes and fucking douches.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, if you are dirty, like, that's fine. Like, be dirty, but like, you better be one of those people that never leaves their house. Because your dirtiness is between you and you. As soon as you step outside and now someone has to smell you, look at you, like just see your griminess, like experience you and all that you are in your dirtiness.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes a problem. You know, I always say, you could do whatever the fuck you want and I won't judge you as long as you're not hurting nobody.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And being dirty only hurts me if you're around me and other people who don't particularly want that.
Right, that's
You know?
true.
But
And
if you
it
want
is
to be dirty
hurtful.
in your own home and you never leave, fucking do it.
Right.
But as soon as I smell you or I look at you and I'm like, ugh, you know?
Yeah. I get you because it's affecting me now.
It is.
And it is. It hurts. Your scent is offensive to my nostrils.
It's very offensive.
You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. And and nothing is common sense anymore.
No.
And you know what's
I don't
funny?
even know why it's a word or like a term. You know what I mean?
I always say I think it's actually uncommon sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like less people have common sense than more do.
Right.
But I think Big Brother, whoever is in charge out here, they want us to think that other people are smart. But most people, you guys, I feel like most people genuinely are not as smart as we give them credit to be.
No, it's
And we get disappointed.
It's so
Like
true.
we're the ones that get disappointed because we have these expectations for people when it comes to every aspect of life, and they rarely ever meet those expectations. Even romantic partners, friends, parents sometimes. Like we have these expectations and they disappoint us, and it's because we expect people to live life like us, to be like us. And life would just be easier if you just had zero expectations and let people surprise you.
Yeah.
Or even just life surprise you.
No, it's so true. I feel like literally just the term common sense should be like migrated out. You know what I mean? People shouldn't use it in their vernacular anymore because what we consider vernacular. But like what we consider to be common sense really, like I said, isn't that common. And I feel like it's almost like meant to trick you. You know what I mean? What we think is common, what everybody should know, maybe they don't actually know. So you should explain it to them. Sometimes set those boundaries. You know what I mean?
But they set us up for failure. When we assume it's common sense, we get irritated when people don't know.
Right.
Whereas if I was, placed on this earth knowing that other people don't know these things, I would be in a place where I'm willing to teach. But because I expect everyone to know, I get frustrated when they don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Because it's common sense. So why isn't it common? And now I'm irritated that I have to teach you about common sense.
Right. It's like, I thought everybody knew this. Why do I got to spend this time to teach you this?
And I assumed everyone was stupid. Is that me? I would be maybe more willing to help out. Not just us sitting here talking about how smart and sophisticated we are and how everyone else is trash. Y'all know what we mean, okay?
Right.
We're not playing that holier than thou game. You guys know. I know you guys have been in situations where people at work, even relationships, whatever, just annoy you. You're like, what is wrong with you? Like, actually, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. And
what did your mother or father do wrong,
Literally.
You know?
Because you think that these are things that you learned like in elementary school or you should have really learned throughout your whole life. So the fact that we are now here as adults having to talk about this is like wild to me. And you're right. It does totally set you up for failure because it's like, maybe I could come into it with a more open mind and even be excited when
yes.
But that's not the case.
It's not the case
right now.
My other issue is with everyone in their life that has allowed them to get away with this shit. This is my problem with, I'm just a people pleaser. Oh, you're so sweet. No, you literally fuck up everyone's life by being a people pleaser because these people that, like you said, are adults and they're still doing this shit. I can't help but think you have been around people that have been yes men your whole life. How has no one, friends, family, partner, kids, whatever, teachers, whatever, no one told you that what you're doing is wrong and that maybe you should think about doing things a different way, or here's a better way of doing that or saying that.
Right.
But no one has done that for them. Yes, there are those people who have people around them, and they're just stubborn, but most people, they truly live in their own reality, and they think that what they're doing is normal.
No, you're so right. You're so right. I didn't even, and I'm just so pissed that it's happening that I don't even think about them in that moment. I just think oh my God, they're so stupid. Yeah. But you're so right. They're just so lost in their own little world that they don't even realize that they're being stupid. They don't know.
Ignorance is bliss.
No, truly.
It's bliss for them and hell for everyone else. So it's like, where does it come from? Where does the question of, I want to teach this person versus it's not my job to do it? You know what I mean? When it comes to stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Because me? Personally, I love teaching people a lesson. But then, throughout the pandemic, I've learned pick your battles.
Yeah.
I have this literal fight between two parts of my personality. The one that is willing to teach people a motherfucking lesson. If it's the last thing I'm going to do, this daddy energy is going to come through. And then the one that's like, Sarah, I love you for caring, but also, one, none of your business. Two, do you have time or energy for this? Protect your peace.
Yeah.
So I always have a battle between these two parts of my personality. I can make time. I can make time for you. I can teach you a lesson. But then I'm like, Sarah, are you projecting? Not projecting because I'm shitty like them and dirty like them. Circle back. But projecting in the sense that maybe I have a lot of things I'm going through, and because they are, someone that is annoying to me, I can give them that energy.
Yeah.
For my feelings, be like, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Does anyone know what I mean? Yeah, you guys get it, right?
Yes.
I'll teach you a lesson in a nice way.
It really is a constant battle.
It is.
It
is.
Because sometimes it's like, are you even deserving of my my words to teach you this lesson.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Like, truly, I should be charging you.
No, literally.
Truly. Actually. You know, this also makes me think about just like the spirituality journey and how, you know, I feel like people have this perception of spirituality, like you could do no wrong if you're on a spiritual journey. It's kind of like that fake positivity shit.
Yeah.
Like if you're spiritual, you better you shouldn't ever have a negative thought. You should always be forgiving, always be the bigger person, always be the best version of yourself. And you know, I don't like to call myself the spiritual guru, but I will say I'm spiritual enough to know and be aware of the fact that that's not possible.
Yeah.
You know, I can be very in tune with myself spiritually, emotionally, mentally, but I could still get triggered. I could still feel the need to step out of my character if someone gets me to that space. Obviously, I want to self-reflect after it happens and see why it happened. But sometimes people do push you. Or sometimes you are put in situations where you're tested. And you really just don't have the tools to be your best self at that given moment. And I don't think that makes you any less of a human or any less of a spiritual human. You know what I mean?
In my mind, I feel like it makes you more spiritual because it proves that you're connected with all of your emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you said, it really is that fake spirituality shit that's, oh, I'm positive all the time. Everything's roses. Everyone has to be happy around me. Like, that shit is so fake. Like, anyone who really knows about higher power, about spirituality, who's connected with themselves, knows that there is a darkness and a lightness that goes hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you have to feel that full range of emotions. And I feel like you're not allowing yourself as a human to feel that if you're like, yeah, if you're stopping yourself.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
You know, even if you're mad, it's like, yeah, sure, I don't want to react like super, like completely blow up on you, but I still want to let you know that you have hurt me. You know what I mean? That's like experiencing, I feel like, life fully as a human.
I agree. I feel like, you know, I don't know if you guys are this way too, but like when I explain to someone how they hurt me, depending on how long it's been since they've hurt me, I'm back into that space of when they hurt me. So when I'm expressing it, I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine, you know, people that don't express themselves enough or feel like those negative emotions are something to be embarrassed by, how they go about expressing to someone when their boundaries have been crossed or when their feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, how can you even really explain to someone the magnitude of what you felt if you don't first admit to yourself that you're angry, or if you don't express the anger and the sadness when you're telling them, this is how you made me feel. And maybe that's like some water sign shit, but like truly, I really, as I'm communicating with you, you're feeling my emotions, you know? And before, when I was younger, it was a lie. It was way more emotional rather than logical. And now I've found that balance of like, well, I'm going to tell you how I feel, but I'm going to try and tone it back so you handle it. You know what I mean? Or that you accept it more easily rather than feeling like I'm attacking you. But I still need you to understand how I felt. Because even though now I'm waiting a little longer to tell you, I don't want you to think that it didn't affect me just because I'm being calm or just because I'm not showing my emotions.
Yeah.
So like, that's very important. People need to know why you're feeling what you are. And, oh, my God, I didn't know you felt this much from when I did this. That bothered you.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure. I feel like it kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier. It's like if you don't have people around you who are kind of checking you in that way, you only have yes people around you.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not going to grow. You're going to continue to be smelly and messy if you don't, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
If you don't have people around you to like kind of let you know that this is happening, you know, and they do have the
smelly. I love it. Dirty, smelly, nasty.
Right.
You don't want to be any of those.
You don't. And I just feel like your people should be holding you accountable. You know what I mean?
They really should. Otherwise, they're doing you a disservice. But let's be fucking all the way honest. Let's be 100. The reason why people, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times why people are big-ass pussies when it comes to calling you out is because they don't want to be called out on their shit. See, this is an equal opportunity relationship. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not calling you out on your shit, you're not calling me out on my shit, we could just get away with murder. And, you know, it is what it is. But those are relationships that are built on blackmail. You know what I mean?
Oh, my gosh.
Is that not true?
No, that's very
Well,
true.
I didn't talk about your toxic shit. If you're going to talk about mine, I'm going to talk about yours. You want to talk about others.
Right. And then it gets just so toxic.
Exactly. You don't want to do that. It just feels like, it's a power game all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about you. You better not talk about me.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you out. You better not call me out.
Yeah.
That sounds really draining.
For sure.
But we've all been in those friendships and relationships, Fuck that.
100%. And I feel like, too, I feel like for people who don't assert their boundaries often with friends who, like, cross them, it's scarier for them. And I feel like they probably feel, it's shitty because they probably feel even more anxiety about it because they regularly don't address it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then it builds, like, a bigger, like, stigma and anxiousness in your head of, like, oh, shit, like, well, how do I approach them? It's like, it can just really be as easy as, like, hey, I want to talk to you about something, you know? And, like, your words don't have to be perfect, as long as you have someone there who's willing to listen to you, like, you can chat through it all. You know what I mean?
I agree. And I don't know if it's going to help, but I consider myself really good at confrontation and really good at just problem solving and really just talking things through. Things that are something that have been bothering me or something that have been bothering someone I'm close to. I've gone to a place where I have no problem doing it. But even though I'm comfortable doing it, leading up to it, I still have that anxiety. I still have that, my mind being like, what if it goes like this? What if it goes like that? My heart rate racing a little bit. I still experience those. So those things are not going to go away because as humans, we want to get along with people. We want everything to be okay. We want peace. No matter what, confrontation is going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. But even through that, you could still do it, That's what I really want people to understand.
Yeah.
That even though you feel anxiety, like, you can still push through it.
For sure.
And I don't want to get too deep, but that's the thing with fear. Like, even, like, fear that we just don't understand where it comes from. Like, you have the power to walk through that fear whenever you want to. There's things that I'm still working on walking through, but I know that, like, my fear, it's as big as I make it in my head, but obviously it's still there. So even when it comes to having these difficult conversations, it's scary, but you could do it, and you will do it. And it's not going to be the last time you do it when you do it the first time. There's going to be multiple times in your life that you have to do it. That's just life. Just when you think you figured everything out, something else happens. That's just a part of life. There's no perfection. If it was perfect, yeah, it would be boring.
Yeah,
it really would. It makes you appreciate the good times.
Yeah, for sure. And I also get to, like, I want to empathize, like, me, myself. I know I personally have a hard time setting boundaries with people I love specifically because I feel like when I was younger, like, and I tried to set boundaries with adults, like adults around me, it often was disrespected. You know what I mean? So I have that fear still.
Or not taken serious.
Yeah. And so it makes me nervous that the people that I love, when I come to them ready to assert a boundary, that they're going to ignore me again, or maybe they won't show me love when I assert that boundary, So, like, I totally get and empathize with other people if you have that in your mind too, you know what I mean? But like Sarah just said, like, you have to push through it anyways. Like, what you're feeling is totally valid, but you also have to address what is bugging you. Otherwise, it's going to keep coming back and it's going to keep bugging you. And you don't really want that, right? Like, I would rather 5-10 minutes, and it's usually never even that long, of discomfort than me thinking about it every day or every time, like, I'm about to hang out with you or see you or, be with whoever it is that you're stressing about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know what is one of the worst things about not telling someone something bothered you or not bringing up when a boundary was crossed is you not bringing it up and thinking, oh, fuck, what if they do something else? And now it's going to pile on to the thing that I didn't bring up the first time, and now they're going to do this thing. You think about that shit. You're like, fuck. It's like a disservice to yourself.
Yeah.
And I will say, yeah, it's uncomfortable. And, like, you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. But after you do it, the level of how proud you just feel with yourself and how much courage you had is one of the best things about this whole thing, about, like, standing up for yourself and setting boundaries. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm addicted to feeling courageous. Like, I really am. Like, I love doing things. Like, it's scary, but once I do it, knowing that I had the courage to do it, it's when I feel the most proud of myself, truly.
Yeah, for sure, because it's literally like you're facing your fears. You know, like
Yeah.
it's literally you facing your fears each time. You're afraid to say something to someone. It's almost like you're jumping off a cliff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But if you just jump,
You don't know where it's gonna go.
1, 2, 3, go. You know, like yes, it's scary, but the really scary thing is what's on the other side. It's not even necessarily the jump. You know,
Yeah.
it's not you saying it. It's what happens after. So stop living your head about what the after is. Just find out, and then you can handle and move accordingly. You know.
It's all about trusting yourself.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times we just don't trust ourselves enough to know that we're going to be okay. And, you know, when you go through some shit and you yourself get yourself out of that, you just have this trust. You have this relationship between you. And you know that no matter what, even if it goes sideways, like at least I have you and you are enough for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, I love this person. Yes, this relationship is great, but I still need to set my boundaries for me. And if you don't like it, well, at least I got me. And I got me until the end of time. And I'm the only relationship that I started with and I'm going to end with. So as long as I like me, I'm good.
Yes, hunty. Yes. And all of this energy is really just kind of reminding me of like what I want to remind myself of. This Virgo full moon. It's like not judging you know what I mean? Like not judging any of the feelings that I have. I feel like both Pisces and Virgo want to be so helpful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
sure.
such both helpful energies, but I think sometimes too that can maybe be overbearing in some ways, in their own ways as well. And I just want to remind myself to like chill.
Yeah.
You know, and not be judgmental of my feelings that will come up.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Okay, so, you know, we're women, so we're going to talk about things that relate to women sometimes.
Yes.
I found this new period tracking app that is just absolutely fucking iconic.
Tell me.
And it ties astrology and the moon phases into it. And when I tell you, I am just like amazed and just flabbergasted by this app and everything that it is. And I don't know what's happening. It's 2022 and I just feel like shit's just going the right way. Like when I saw this app, I was like, I love being alive in 2022. Like it was one of those moments.
Yeah.
For me. You know, don't get me wrong, the world's a shit show, but then you see shit like this and you're like, hey,
like the people are getting it.
Exactly.
We going somewhere.
Exactly. Okay, so the app is called Stardust.
Okay.
And it's super, super dope. You know, it's just like any other period tracking app. You're going to see when your period comes in. It lets you like give certain, you know, symptoms and all that jazz. But also it has these things where it shows you like what kind of, let's say witch is what they call it, you are, depending on like where your flow is when it's aligned with the moon. Like, are you aligned with the full moon or the new moon? Like for me, for example, I'm aligned with the new moon. And it says for me, for example, as a purple moon witch, when the moon is vanishing from the sky, your uterine lining is vanishing from your womb. Purple moon witches are historically linked to life transitions of self-discovery and deep introspection. Your heightened intuition and psychic abilities are showing you where to put your energy. Your domain is that of freedom and ferocity.
Oh my God.
So freaking cool. And like it's just so cute, you guys. Like the app, the way it looks,
yeah,
the graphics,
it looks so cute.
It's such a vibe. And then like it just shows you like where your like estrogen, testosterone, all those hormones are, like depending on where you are in your period.
Yeah.
And it tells you what all of those hormones mean, like what you're going through. Like for me, for example, it says your high estrogen is triggering a flow of endorphins, sharpening your memory and operating as the hormonal equivalent of rose-colored glasses. And in another one for me, it says the feeling that life is brimming with potential is wonderful, but can be fraught as well. Don't overthink things. Like, it's telling me all these things that relate to, you know, the moon cycle currently, but also my hormones. So dope. So I love to tell people about new cool shit all the time. App, food, restaurant, TV show, whatever. So I had to share this one with you guys. Because I feel like y'all would love it.
Yes.
Obviously the women. And if you're a man who watches us and you got a girl or you know what I mean,
right.
Whatever,
tell her
about it. Because this app is dope.
Yeah. I was like, trying to download it right now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I have to let y'all know I have to put you on.
Yes.
Like, why not?
I'm going to change period apps because I have one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been having one and I saw this one and I'm like, bye.
Right. That's it.
When it hits, it hits.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So Stardust, okay?
Stardust.
Go download it.
Yes, I'll put a picture in here. A little emoji.
So exciting.
Wow, that's
Right?
amazing.
Isn't that so cool, dude?
No, that's literally so cool.
And it has like little things that come like a little Chinese food. Once it had a little weed plant.
Oh my
And
gosh,
it had, like,
I
all
love
this,
that.
Like
Oh my
just
God.
so cute.
Giving me MySpace vibes when like the little
Exactly.
stuff used
Like
to drop in
literally.
the
Like it
back.
has little graphics going down like a pizza slice. Like
Oh
it's
my
such
gosh.
a vibe.
I love that.
You know?
They don't do it like that no more.
They really don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I just honestly love it because you know how when I had my period last time, you guys, I had the worst like boob pain. And when I was on this app, like you could pick different symptoms, and one of the symptoms was sensitivities.
Sensitivities.
And I was like, you know me. You know me.
You're like, wow, this app was made with me in mind.
Me. They're going to start playing this in the YouTube commercials. When I get my period and I go on Stardust, something just feels aligned. It's like the moon just sees me and I feel her.
And we are in sync. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
today that's related to dating.
Okay, I love talking about dating.
Yes. And I wanted to know if you think that it's ever okay to be snooping on your partner.
Only if you know you're about to break up with them.
That's a good
That's
answer.
truly how I feel. Like,
a
if
good
you're
answer.
snooping, like, this is your end-all, be-all person, and you're snooping, honey, the relationship is long gone.
Yeah.
Like, if you even feel the need to do that, like, you know?
Yeah, trust is broken.
It's done.
If you feel like you
Yeah.
need to snoop.
Or there is something really wrong in the
Yeah.
relationship that isn't just going to take you shoving it under the rug for the relationship to be normal. Like, if you're snooping, you guys need to go to therapy if you want to be together.
For sure.
Or need to have these, like, really intense open conversations with your partner where you guys both put it out there, which I don't think is happening every time people snoop. No. So that's why I say it's okay if you know you're gonna break up with them, and you know, not me finding a loophole. But it is okay if you are trying to break up with the person and you needed that confirmation at the end to be like, and I told you,
Right.
you know. But I don't think it's okay if it's like a normal thing, like brush my teeth, read my book, snoop his phone, like, you know what I mean? Like, go through his phone. Like, that's not normal if like it's like a part of your like daily, weekly, monthly routine. Because that's not okay if that's what you need to do to feel safe in your normal relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I
No.
mean? Because I know you guys know that feeling of like you know, we've all snooped before. I'm not even gonna lie, but like I've never done it.
we all done it.
Yeah. And we're like, you know, your heart is like beating out of your chest and you're like, you know, that is not normal. That is not, you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Like, you know what I mean? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, that's not, unless it's like riding a roller coaster for you, you want to feel that high of like not knowing if you're gonna die from heartbreak.
My God.
But we've all been there, you know, I get it. But also, like, stop it, you know, stop it.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do it, it better be like as a lawyer, as your lawyer. It better be for, you know, for valid reasons.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like the whole, like, you know, when you put in your 2 weeks at a job and you don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna fucking actually do the worst job ever. You know what I mean? It's like that. You're putting in your 2 weeks for the relationship, and you're gonna snoop just to prove, be like, I told you, I knew you were cheating on me. I know you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. No, I'm actually here for that. But it's because you're saying, like, you got to take action afterwards. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people be
you just
snooping
sit
out
there
here.
and holding it against them. I see you liked your picture, you and texting her. Okay, but you're hurting, and he treats you like shit.
Right.
We've discovered that. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna just be in the relationship and keep punishing him? He's unhappy. You're unhappy. This is toxic.
Right. Right. And can I also say, like, if it's like a part of your regular habit, like I low-key feel like snooping is like the gateway drug to like stalking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, it's okay to check his phone, and then it's like, oh, well, it's
No.
okay to like show up at his
No,
house,
honey, it's
see
an
if he's
addiction.
there.
It's an addiction.
You know what I mean?
It's an addiction. That's not okay. That is not okay. Also, I'm a big fan of privacy, if you didn't know. And it's disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's weird. And don't get me wrong, they're the fucking trash ones for cheating on you, emotionally cheating on you, whatever. But you are still acting out of character. Even if you're like, I've been doing this since I was 13. No. You are still acting out of character. I think you could do better.
Yeah.
I think you deserve to be in a relationship where you don't feel the need to know who your partner's talking to and about what, because you trust that their love and respect for you is above all else.
Right.
That's what you deserve.
Yeah.
Truly.
Truly. They make you feel confident and safe enough in the relationship where you don't have to act like that. You know what I mean? Because yes, it is, your own insecurities a lot of the time, but also it is the other person like acting out, this is a partnership. Your partner can be doing things to also be making you feel more insecure.
Yeah.
And they can be doing things to make you feel safe or not safe. You know what I mean?
Ew, I just hate it. I hate it because my Capricorn rising comes out. It's such a waste of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You being that involved into your partner's conversations, like, it makes me think, all this time you could be working on your passion project or like the things you love. Like, you could be pouring yourself into your job or just things that make you happy, your friendships, whatever. But all this time, and I know it's time wasted if you sitting there snooping. And then it's not even just the snooping, literally being in your head about it afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
That is so much time and energy wasted on your part. Like, you have a life to live outside of a fucking romantic relationship, but now your romantic relationship is taking over. It's toxicity. Like, now you can't even enjoy your everyday life. You lose your appetite. Like, I'm talking real shit here.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're being cheated on or someone's disrespecting you or talking to other people, whatever, friends, oh, she's just a friend. Oh, he's just a friend. Fucking liar. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck that.
You know what I mean? When you're overthinking about these things, yeah, you are taking time away from you for you. You know what I mean? Time that could be spent doing the things that bring you joy.
Yes. And even just time spent that you could be spending actually talking to them about the problem, acting to do something on it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're feeling this already, like, to me, the solution definitely isn't snooping. It's talking to your partner, letting them know that they're making you feel uncomfortable by these actions.
Yeah.
And then if they continue to act that way, you know what I mean, and you truly feel like they're cheating on you, sure, snoop. Like we said, I have snooped in the past, and I feel some shame about it, but then also I don't feel any shame because I broke up with them. It's just.
Yeah, I feel like I don't judge you for snooping. And also, like, even if you have talked to them and they have gaslit you, so, like, I have compassion for you in that sense, too. Like, because some people are just really good talkers. They're good used car salesmen. Like, it's nothing. But your intuition's telling you completely different, even though you've talked to them and they made you feel safe at that moment. But you still have this voice inside your head that makes you think they're cheating on you. And then you go snoop and, they are. So I get that. But I'm just saying, like, get out of that situation ASAP.
ASAP.
You are not going to get that relationship back. And also, maybe you don't even want it back, but you don't know that yet.
Like Sarah said, time absolutely wasted.
Shit, gross. You guys.
When someone could be obsessed with you.
I don't know. I don't know how right what I'm about to say is, but I feel like I feel like the time that you spend with that person, that's intimacy, right? It's like, why, when they're not with you, should you spend the time that you have with yourself, friends, other people? Why should it be spent on them again? You think they're doing that for you?
Right.
Like, truly, and if they are, y'all are in some weird, codependent relationship, but truly, when you're not with your partner, you really should be thinking about things that bring you joy, your other relationships. Not sitting there thinking about them. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
You guys, it is weird.
No,
it is
it's
weird.
toxic.
You can love someone and still have other parts of your identity. You can let other parts of you shine. And when you're in a toxic relationship, it takes over your whole life.
Yeah, for sure. I saw this post on Instagram that kind of was talking about this exactly, of like mature love versus immature love.
Yeah.
And that was one of the points.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like immature love wants to be around you, on top of you all the time. You know what I mean?
Because it doesn't trust you.
Exactly. It doesn't feel confident in the foundation that you have.
Yeah, at all.
Oftentimes,
At all.
you know?
At all.
Well, because there's also not really a strong foundation that it was built on usually.
Yeah. And I will say, I do want to talk about the relationships that happen right after a toxic relationship. And, you know, you don't trust your intuition as much, and you are very much scared of whether you can trust this person. So you're bringing a little bit of your baggage from the last toxic relationship to this new one. And, you know, it's not easy. The first healthy relationship after the toxic one is not easy. It's possible for you to get into a good place and heal yourself while you're still in this relationship, but it's not easy. You know, it's way harder to be in a relationship than to heal alone and then get into a relationship. It's not impossible, though. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
You just have to be willing to differentiate. Okay, is this coming from a place of, is this my intuition, or is this paranoia from my last situation that I haven't fully dealt with yet? Mm-hmm. You know, very, very important to consider this, because, you know, sometimes you just end up with a good person right after your shitty one. Mm-hmm. And the good person doesn't deserve this version of you that is always paranoid, but also you went through some heavy shit. You are still dealing with that. That's fine. You just have to be willing to do the extra work to heal while you're in this loving relationship.
Yeah, totally. Especially if your ex was like gaslighting you and stuff, like you were saying earlier. Like, you have a really hard time trusting what your awesome partner is saying to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
because you don't even talk to yourself that way yet.
Exactly.
You know? And when you aren't giving yourself these compliments and aren't loving on yourself like that, when someone's doing it, you're kind of grossed out by it. You're like, well, why do you see that in me? Mm-hmm. I don't even see that in me yet. You know?
You're confused. You want to push it away. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Especially after you were hurt.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. You just...
Because you're almost like used to like not all the love that you had been getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're like fighting love that's supposed to be coming to you now.
Yeah, for sure. You're rejecting it.
Yeah. And it's real. You know what I mean? I definitely experienced it when I got into my healthy relationship again. I was rejecting that love, you know, because I was so hurt. And like, how do I know that it's not going to be a lie again, or it's not going to be taken away from me, you know? Mm-hmm. And that was me even doing work on myself too, you know what I mean? So like, it's always going to be that fear, and like also, learning to trust yourself and your intuition again in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's shit on shake time.
Shitty shake.
You know, it's something that you've probably seen on the social media or watched Love is Blind Season 2. Either way, you know what's happening. And if you don't, Google it.
Right.
We just really want to have a little segment here where we talk about trash men.
Yeah.
And honestly, fuck Virgo. Shake from Love is Blind is a Virgo. And it's like as if he couldn't fit the profile of a Virgo man even more perfectly. Someone who has these high-ass expectations and is very judgmental, but literally lacks the self-awareness to know that you don't possess half of the qualities that you want.
No, seriously. I hate it.
And if you're a Virgo man, that's good. Cool. What did I say? If the shoe doesn't fit, don't complain.
Right. I just absolutely hated how boldly he said the ugliest things. You know what I mean? Or just like the stupidest, most misogynistic things about women. And it's like,
first of all, how dare you? I mean, like I said, I knew I couldn't take him seriously as soon as he said, I want a girl I can put on my shoulder at Coachella. Is that what you put?
My God.
Is that what you put at the top of your list? Is that what you think about as, like, you're in your, 30s, soon to be 40s? Like, as a man, that's what you aspire to have?
Pathetic.
It's so sad.
Truly, though.
You know what I mean? Like, bring it up later as, like, a cute little joke. He said it at the beginning. That's what he looks for in life. Like, he goes to sleep imagining himself being in Coachella with a white girl on his shoulder.
Oh, my God.
Did I say white? Yeah, he likes white girls.
No, he literally said that. He'd only dated white girls before. And, my goodness.
I mean, it's just weird. If your type is white, why would he get engaged to the only Indian girl there?
Right.
Who was absolutely fucking perfect and probably the best he could ever do in life.
Oh, my God. He's going to regret this for the rest of his life. That was the best woman he's ever going to get.
She was so dope.
Yeah.
She was beautiful, and she had a bomb-ass personality.
Right.
And she, held herself to a different standard. Mm-hmm. And I think it made him insecure. Totally.
It low-key heightened all of his flaws. Like, or he felt like it shined on all of his flaws. Because he was like, oh my God, she's so amazing. She has so much to offer.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you realize that you actually weren't shit.
To begin with.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it was just, it triggered me because I feel like a lot of men, when they're with you, they're so touchy-feely, like, oh, you're so sexy, da-da-da-da-da. But, like, usually the real conversation is with their boys, like with these trash men. Because they could be all up on you, but then they're talking all this shit about you with their boys.
Literally.
Like, he embarrassed the hell out of her.
I know.
And that's my main problem with him. Is if you're not attracted to someone, say it. Like, that's just life. Cool. Love is blind, but I guess you're not. You know what I mean? And you are just trash. But, like, at least be honest about, like, you have a chance for people to respect you a little bit if you had the courage to tell someone to their face how you felt about them.
Right.
But you were misogynistic and you were a pussy by literally not saying any of these feelings to her face.
Right.
And that's where my main problem comes from. You know I hate it when people aren't courageous. I hate when people are so big and bold behind your back, but to your face, they're telling you everything you want to hear. That's not you being nice. That's you being a pussy.
No, for sure. And he was talking big shit about how much he didn't like her, didn't find her attractive. And then you're right. He was just...
He would be in the hot tub with her, grabbing her
ass, kissing all up on her.
When he proposed to her, he said, oh, I'm going to get you pregnant. Like, why are you being so hypersexual
Ew.
if you are literally going around saying that you're not attracted to her?
Right.
It just doesn't add up to me, and I don't like it. I don't like it, and to me, it's very manipulative.
No, for sure.
Because you want her to feel safe in this relationship, but you want to tell everyone else, well, I don't want her that bad.
Right.
You know? So you want her to be obsessed with you because you're telling her all the right things, but for everyone else, you want to let them know I'm the one in control here because I don't even like her like that. But she's obsessed with me. Yeah, because you're fucking giving her all these compliments when you're with her.
Right. You're literally making her think that this relationship is something when it's actually not.
It's
But
bullshit.
I was so happy at the end, spoiler obviously, that she didn't pick him.
Yeah.
You know? Because I felt like he really thought that she was going to come that day and say that she wanted to marry him. And she was like, you don't give me the love that I deserve. And I was so happy and proud of her for saying that. Because through the episodes, I was truly worried that maybe she wasn't seeing it.
Yeah.
You know? Because, oh, Lord. Oh, God.
Do you think anyone warned her off camera? Like, I would hope that someone did. I would hope someone texted her and said, I heard he was saying all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would think that maybe Natalie did. Because Shake was telling that dude, the one that's on coke.
Oh,
allegedly.
Shane, yeah.
Yeah, because Shake was telling him that he's not attracted to her all the time. So what if Natalie told her? Listen, even if I couldn't, I promise I will find a way. Be like, hey yo, I would make a fake number just so I could be like, listen, you know who it is. He was talking all this shit about you. Like, I had to let you know. Like, you know, I got you.
Right.
I'll tell you who this is after the contract is over.
Right. Slide a note.
You know what I mean? It's like
Snooki and
Jersey
Jay
Shore
style.
When you were at home, Ronnie had his face in between two big titties.
Exactly. Which one is their house again? I'll just flip it under the door.
No, for real. Iconic.
Oh, so freaking
That's a real one.
funny. No, yeah. And honestly, I was going to say I low-key didn't like that more of the men didn't like stick up. The cokehead, he did kind of say something to him was like, well, are you even trying in the relationship and stuff like that? But I also really hated that energy because I feel like, guys who are in relationships go to their boys, talk mad shit, and the boys don't ever check them. It's like, why are you all in relationships if you all hate your girlfriends?
Also, can I
Like,
just say this?
why?
I think it's really funny when dudes, or not just even dudes, let me not even make it gender specific. When people in relationships go to single people for, what the fuck are they going to tell you?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do they know about anything? Like, I'm not saying single people are stupid, but I'm saying you have to I'm not going to go to a fucking lawyer about cooking. I'm going to go to a chef. You know what I mean? Like, you know what make it make sense. You know what I mean? So truly, like, I feel like at the end of the day, if you are in a relationship and you have all these single friends, of course your single friends, any chance of your relationship, you know what I mean, crumbling, they're like, fuck her!
Right.
Fuck him! Let's go out! You're single!
Right. They don't deserve you.
You know what
Let's
I mean?
fuck up
Even
the
if they
town.
don't know half of the story, they're like, dump them!
Right. No, it's so true.
You know, so it's like you got to be careful with who you go to about certain types of advice.
yes.
You know, be weary of who you're asking.
Right. Because not everybody's giving good advice. And some single people, yeah, they just want you to be single with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, if someone's really going through it, you're not in the right headspace to give advice. You know, you're gonna project a lot. Like, that's just me being honest. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let you go through it, and then I'll come back for advice later.
Right. Later. Now's not a good time. I'll check back in.
Yeah. You need anything? Cup of soup? Oh, God.
No, that's so true, though.
You know?
Yeah.
And maybe I always felt like I was harsh for thinking this, but true, I don't go to advice
No.
for many people. I like people will start giving me advice. I'm like, I didn't ask for this. Like, I really don't care what you have to say.
Like, I don't think you're a valid source.
I'm very
for
selective
this.
with who I go to for advice.
Yeah.
Because most people give me that generic Google shit. And I'm like, please, you're not doing anything for me.
Right.
It's hurting me that you think this is doing something for
Right.
me.
It's like I need you to go like 3 layers deeper, but
Yeah,
I say that
maybe
you're
if-
incapable, so I'll go
Are you
elsewhere.
shallow?
Did I say that?
No, I mean, I was thinking it.
Yeah.
You said it.
Good. But truly though,
Yeah.
not everybody got that depth, you know?
Yeah.
And then like you said, why would I go to a lawyer if I'm looking to cook?
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what like, come on.
It's like not all the friends have the skills to tell you the things that you need at the time, you know?
At
And
all.
there's nothing wrong with that.
At all. And you'll only hurt yourself when you go to them. Because, again, it comes back to expectations, full circle. You have this expectation of this person giving you this groundbreaking advice. And it's like, and you're like, damn, that didn't hit at all.
Right. When usually also too, you have the answer within. You're just like going to other people hoping that you can maybe pawn off the responsibility to them, low-key.
Like, absolutely. 90%
You know,
of the time, the advice that
honestly.
you think you want to hear from a friend, you could go find like a Jim Carrey speech about it. That's going to help you out more than your friend. Like, truly. I swear. On YouTube.
Carrey speech.
He be telling some real shit, that Capricorn man. I think he's a Capricorn. Every time I listen to his shit, I'm like, damn, that hit.
I love that.
He's so smart. I'm obsessed with him.
Jim Carrey's great.
Like, he is
He has
one
the
of my
range.
favorite actors.
Yeah.
And just, like, overall, like, spiritual person. Because he's very spiritual. Yeah. So dope.
That makes sense.
So dope.
Yeah, he's great.
Check him out.
I didn't know Jim Carrey was
Yeah, he does all these, like, speeches at, like, prestigious colleges. They bring him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Very smart
Oh,
man.
yeah. Smart man. All right, so we're back with some Zodiac fix. And I'm
ready.
excited because I think
I love this shit.
this is going to be a good bunch of shit.
Man, I love this shit.
All right, so this is a very good one. It says, Libras make up the bulk of billionaires.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that? Did
I
you
had
know
no
that?
idea. Okay, Libra.
Right.
Is it because you're playing people? I'm just kidding.
The gift of the gab.
Is Jen Shaw considered one?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Shaw, amazing. I love her. Well, as long as she didn't finesse all those old people.
Right.
But I do love her. But that's
Yes.
amazing. I
Yes.
love that. I imagine Libras in many political positions and as lawyers, you know, in the
judiciary.
Yeah.
Judiciary. That wasn't a word, but
Judicial
yes.
aspects of the government. Or even just, yeah.
It says here that there are 27 Libra billionaires.
You know,
that
I
are
actually
listed.
really enjoy that.
Right?
Because, listen, when you're Venus ruled, you need the money to shop, honey.
Right.
I feel like it's more fun being a billionaire when you're a Taurus and a Libra.
Right.
No?
Oh, totally. I think
It's
so.
different.
I think it extra hits. You really appreciate the fine things that you have.
A different yacht for a different day.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of iconic.
Right?
Love that for y'all.
Yeah. I want to embrace some of that energy as a Libra moon. Hopefully, like,
Same.
can it, like,
as a Libra sidereal,
stellium?
stellium, I would love to with a Taurus moon. No, I love that. Do you think that the Libras that are billionaires, let me watch myself.
Right.
Do you think they have mastered the art of no longer people pleasing? Or do you think they're getting taken advantage of out here in their billionaire status?
Yeah.
Or have they learned to set really good boundaries?
I feel like they've probably learned how to set really good boundaries, but I think there is still a little level of people pleasing because of how well liked they usually are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to gain that level of status, I feel like you have to be pretty well liked at least. You know what I mean? To, like,
yeah, I would say either really well liked or feared.
Yeah. That's true too. There's some scary Libras out there.
Little girl. This is literally, if you watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, we have sprinkled
It all in there for you.
Yeah, sprinkled some inside
girl,
jokes.
I'm crying.
I'm never gonna. I can't wait. Like, I hope you know those memes of, like, people, like, it shows me at my best friend's funeral. Like, I'm gonna roll up to your funeral, obviously when we're both 80, and I'm gonna look down and be like, little girl.
See you later, little girl.
And if you're fucking confused, I guess I'll give you the 411. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, one of the villains this season, one of many villains. Her name is Mary, and she was a Libra. And she did this in a very Venusian way. She said some really, really mean things. And one of the things she would tell to people when she's belittling them is call them a little girl. But the way she would do it is she would be like, little girl.
Yeah, she'd look all like crazy and like, ugh.
Like she's disgusted by you.
Yeah. Oh my
It's
God.
just so good.
Such a good burn. Oh, man. Like, you guys have to watch, like, even if you're not into the Real Housewives, like, I feel like you have to watch that just so you can know what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Just go on Google and put Mary Cosby, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, little girl.
Little girl.
It's so good.
Oh, this one's fun. Okay. All right. So the next fun zodiac fact we have is that it says your favorite athlete is probably an Aquarius.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It says a whopping 21% of people on the list had Aquarius as either their sun or moon sign.
That is so amazing.
Right?
Is Michael Jordan an Aquarius?
He is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Right? And then number 2 apparently is Cancer.
Oh,
Cancer is
wow.
second.
It's because they put their heart into it.
Right.
They're back into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
We delirious when I'm telling you. We are delirious. I love that.
Right?
I wonder if, like, because the limit doesn't exist with Aquarius. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to shoot for the stars, baby.
For sure.
And they hit.
For sure. I feel like, too, like, to be an athlete, you know what I mean? I think a lot of the time
You have to push your boundaries.
You really have to push yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you have to test your boundaries.
Exactly. And I feel like
Uranus, baby.
Right.
Uranus is the one that's surprising you.
right. Mixed with their fixed energy, though,
Yeah.
like they will be consistent with themselves. You know what I mean? And push that boundary and push their own bounds to be like the best player. So I thought that was really
That's
cool.
cool. I like that.
Uh-huh.
Why do you think Cancer's there?
Yeah, I feel like they leave it all out there probably. You know what I
feel
mean?
like I feel like they put their emotion into it.
Yeah.
You know, like Cardinal Water. I feel like when you can use your emotions to lead you to places, your emotions can get you really far.
Yeah.
If you use them correctly. And I feel like Cancer is really good at using their emotions to push themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Cardinal. Forward movement.
Mm-hmm. I feel like water signs in general are really good at
Yeah.
changing, you know, their emotions into something positive. Because also, too, like, yes, it says Cancer here, but then I also thought of Steph Stephen Curry, and he's a Pisces. You know what I mean? So what you said also applies, I feel like, for him in that sense.
I think he has an Aquarius moon.
Oh, shit!
Yeah. I know that because he has the same sun and moon as my boyfriend.
Oh, interesting, too. I wonder then if also, like, our Aquarius, like, friends are, like, more, like, athletic. You know what I mean? Like, they were, like, more into sports and stuff like that. I know that's the case for your boyfriend. And I'm thinking, like, of my Aqua friends, too. And, yeah.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's get into the YouTube topics.
Yes.
If you haven't already watched the video, what you doing? All right, we reacted to a list of what makes each sign the most sad. And from that list, we pulled the question, do you agree with your moon sign's reason? And if you're new here, newbie, I am a Gemini moon.
And I am a Libra moon.
So let's get into it.
Yes. I mean, yes. For me, on my moon sign, it says Libra, making wrong or unfixable decisions. I feel like that is something that makes me super sad and lives in my head rent-free, honestly. I feel like also being an air sign, like when I make the wrong decision, I think it over and over and over again until the situation maybe comes back around again, or if it doesn't, then I just think about it all the time, and it is a huge regret, and that stresses me out, and then it makes me sad. Libra moon, I just feel like I'm very aware of how I affect other people and how, they're being affected by me, so if I feel like I made the wrong decision.
And what comes back to you.
Yeah.
I said in the video, I think that is one of the main things, too.
Yeah.
Like having to be held accountable for something that wasn't pleasant.
Yes. Worst fear. It makes me super sad.
Horrible thing.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's a scary thing.
Also, it's like, wait, I wasn't perfect in an instance. I didn't present myself perfectly. Like, that also stresses me out in a very, like, surface level way.
Well,
you know what I mean? Or
feel
superficial way.
A Libra's
Truly.
main incentive in life is to be the person that creates peace. Everyone thinks of Libra. You as a Libra want to be the person that is happy and that makes everyone feel safe and comfortable. So if, you know what I mean, if that's not what happened based on the wrong decision that you made, you almost fucked yourself over.
You did.
For sure. Okay, so my reason from the list was Gemini, being misunderstood / not being heard. Yes. Oh my God. I hate repeating myself, but I'm going to do it until you get it. Because I hate it so much.
Right.
I really feel like I'm an elite communicator. So if I feel like someone is not comprehending what I'm putting down, I really feel like I am doing something wrong. Yeah. Like, I can't stand the thought of me leaving a conversation and someone thinking something else happened rather than what I told them happened. Like, I can't believe you still didn't understand what I was trying to tell you. You know what I mean? Or I can't believe you still don't understand my mind. You know, because I want people to understand where I'm coming from all the time. Because I just don't like being around people that don't make me feel safe, you know? So if I'm around you, it's because I feel safe enough to share all my thoughts with you. So I would hope that you know me well enough to understand where I'm coming from when I'm expressing myself. And if you don't, it makes me want to pull back. And it does make me sad. Because now I'm going to look at you as the person who didn't understand me. And I don't know if I'm willing to continue to put more work into this relationship. Like I said, I love to communicate. And if I felt like from our last conversation I wasn't heard or understood, I'm going to pull back. And it is going to make me sad.
Yeah, I feel like, too, Geminis, like, you guys already have such a way with words. You know what I mean? And you already take such time to make sure that people are, or your message is getting out in a way that is digestible and people will understand you, because I feel like being understood is, like, a top priority.
Yeah, communication is everything.
So it is really, like, it will make you super upset that somebody isn't understanding it, because you do take so much time, I feel like, to make sure that your message is heard well and, like, received in a way that is digestible for whatever audience, you know? I feel like Geminis are very good at that too. It's like they won't just like one blanketly give a message out to everyone. They know who their audience is, and it's like, if I'm digging into my audience and you're not getting it, it's like, what's happening here? All right, so our second YouTube question, as y'all remember, we talked about things to do this Pisces season, how to live your best life kind of thing. And from that, we pulled, what can the signs learn from Pisces? So what you think? What can they learn?
Honestly, it's the thing that I tell Pisceans not to do, but because they do it so often, which is escaping. Like, truly, everyone else, you would do well to escape. You know what I mean? And escaping is also important just for your creativity.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like you can't just live in this world and just be so realistic and everything is very matter of fact. Like, what's the fun in that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Dream a little, daydream a little. That's how you fucking manifest. You know? Shoot for the stars. And the best way to manifest to me is visualization. So whatever it is you're creating, or even with words, like you can manifest the best things in life if you just daydream a little bit.
For sure.
I fully believe in that. And I feel like Pisces energy has just perfected doing that. You know, they're so okay with pretending like everything is good that things just work out for them. You know, they have that Jupiterian energy, much like Sagittarius, except they do it in a very imaginative way. Whereas Sag is out there doing the things, Pisces is very much imagining the things, and it's good enough for them.
Yeah.
And they'll be put in those situations at some point in their life that they were imagining to be true. And the same thing can happen for you if you just believe in the power of escaping and of just daydreaming about your dream life, about your ideal life.
Yeah, totally. Because I feel like Pisces have really great imaginations.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you know, I feel a lot of people maybe lose as they get older.
Yeah, the
But
world just sucks that out of you.
Truly.
Capitalism, the patriarchy. All right.
Truly, but like when you're in your imagination, that's when the most creativity and your inner child, and like you can play, you feel safe to play.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
So-
you just feel safe to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I love that you said that, and I feel like mine is related to that, which is to rest more, recharge. You know, I feel like similarly in society, people are always telling you to go, go, go. And really, you probably need to rest some more. You know what I mean? Just take some time to yourself. Even like you said in the video, even if you can't sleep, like just lay there. Do nothing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I feel like there's just so much stress in the world that all of us could do with a little bit more resting.
Yeah. You know, I feel like a lot of times when we're resting, we think it's just our body, but you need to rest your soul too. We're exposed to a lot of things on this planet, especially in this day and age, not just in life, but also our phones, our technology. So resting, I feel like, is even more important than ever, especially when it comes to our eyes.
Yeah, for sure. And I was literally just going to say that. Don't rest like with one of your screens. Don't rest with the television or your phone nearby. You know what I mean? Like that is still an active blue light that will keep you awake. So like do something else, whether that be reading or coloring or journal, whatever it is that you want to do, but like rest, you know, relax with it.
Yes, we love telling you guys to fucking lay there and not worry about shit.
Yes.
Truly.
Literally.
We are the anti-capitalism this world needs.
I'll call your boss and tell him, no,
Right.
she needs to lay there today.
Yeah,
Okay?
in a non-communist way.
Right.
I just had to add that.
No, I'm glad you did. People call
The next headline,
bunch of
the next communism.
Right.
2 YouTubers preaching communism.
No. we are
Branding
not
it as astrology and spirituality.
Right. We are not communists.
No, we are not. I am whatever I want to be on any given day, a.k.a. Gemini moon.
Amazing. It's true.
Well, on that note, thank you for kicking it with your 2 favorite truth tellers, a Sag and a Scorp. Okay, we love you guys so much. Pisces season is coming to an end real fucking quick.
Right.
And I still haven't figured out what my dreams mean, but we will get there. If your dreams have been crazy, comment down below. And if you didn't know, we have YouTube videos as well. So if you're watching, you already know what we're talking about. But if you're listening, we have YouTube videos. Check out our YouTube. It's Charmed and Dangerous. And you can also interact with us. You know, when it comes to our podcast on YouTube, you can just comment down below on the videos. Don't forget to follow us on our socials, CharmedanDangerous on Instagram, and our Twitter handles are also in our YouTube description.
We post our YouTubes every Monday and Thursday. We post a podcast every Wednesday. We're linking our socials somewhere around here. Sarah said them earlier. It's CharmedanDangerous on Instagram and YouTube. So make sure you follow us for
everything.
Everything.
Don't forget to also rate and review the podcast. It helps us out a lot, you guys, like tremendously. Like the video, subscribe, do all the things.
All
you know
the
what I mean?
things.
Support us is what we really mean. Like,
Yes.
if you love us, support us, because that's what means the most to us. Is you guys showing us how much you fuck with us, because we fuck with you. That's why we make this shit every week.
Exactly. Yeah, we wouldn't be doing it if y'all didn't like it. You know what I mean? We love it. We love it.
Expressing ourselves, and we love feeling, loved by you.
Yeah, we love
that means
hearing
we're
from you
doing
guys.
something right. You know? We want to hear that feedback. Love you guys so much. Have an amazing rest of your week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.